Today we're talking about en route navigation without hesitation, repetition, or deviation starting now. Airways are like highways in the sky designed to manage global air traffic. Many of these airways are built around the VOR system or Very High Frequency Omnidirectional Range. As a reminder, VORs are ground-based navigational aids that send out signals in 360 degrees, creating what are known as radials. Pilots can use these radials by tuning into a VOR's frequency on their navigation equipment, allowing them to fly either to or from a VOR along a specific radial. Aircraft also have distance measuring equipment or DME, which tells the pilot how far they are from the VOR station transmitting the signals. Since VOR signals work on a line of sight basis, they can be blocked by mountains or buildings. Because of this, a network of VORs has been established to cover large regions. VOR radials form the backbone of airways. When two VORs are aligned, they create a defined airway with the name, specific dimensions, and established rules. When two of these airways intersect, they form navigation points called intersections, which are also named. The system is divided into low altitude and high altitude airways. The low altitude routes are called Victor airways, where the V comes from the VOR, while the high altitude routes are called jet routes. In Europe, jet routes are known as upper air routes. The traditional way of flying, which involves navigating from one nav aid to another, often creates a zigzag pattern. This results in longer flight times, increased fuel usage, and congestion around nav aids. To solve these inefficiencies, many air navigation service providers are shifting to performance-based navigation, which uses RNAV, also known as area navigation. According to ICAO, RNAV provides flight plan management, navigation, and guidance by referencing both land and satellite-based systems. This means pilots can follow a more direct flight path instead of zigzagging between VOR stations. ICAO guidelines on PBN and RNAV are outlined in document 9613, which was published in 2008, and explains the equipment and navigation requirements needed. Building on RNAV is a more advanced system known as Required Navigation Performance, or RNP, which was detailed in ICAO document 9905 in 2009. RNP improves navigation with additional monitoring and alerting systems. This allows for curved flight paths between waypoints and even more precise airspace management. For instance, RNP can support curved approaches to airports, which might help avoid noise-sensitive areas that would be disturbed by a direct approach. One of the challenges of air traffic management is the limited capacity, which becomes a problem as global air traffic increases. To address this, ICAO formed the Future Air Navigation Systems, or FANS committee back in 1983. The committee concluded that satellite-based systems, GNSS, would be essential for modern air traffic management. With satellite navigation, the capacity for en route navigation expanded because planes no longer must follow ground-based airways. Pilots can now fly more precise direct routes between any 2 points, including over oceans where radar coverage is limited. That said, GNSS presents its own set of challenges. Traditionally, countries have been responsible for the navigation services within their borders. But now that satellite systems like the US GPS, Russia's GLONASS, and Europe's Galileo are in use, there are questions about how to manage financial, legal, and liability issues. Some countries, especially those with their own satellites, have concerns about relying solely on GNSS. In response, ICAO has issued a legal framework addressing these concerns, covering areas like certification, liability, financing, and the operation of GNSS for aviation. In conclusion, the shift from ground-based navigation to satellite systems is fundamentally changing the way air traffic is managed and helping make flights more direct, efficient, and safe. Programs such as FAA's NextGen and EASA's CESAR are revolutionizing air navigation as we know it. Additionally, with the advent of air taxis, urban air traffic management is another key challenge which we will be covering in detail in another video. If you liked this video, don't forget to hit the like button, leave your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more aviation content.